So, you know, Michael Jackson, I thought he had it made. You know, all girls going crazy over him, and here I am, you know, literally running from, you know, screaming girls, teenage girls.
Wow, man, I wish. Now you make me want to be a rapper right now.
What?
With my OG self.
There it is.
start a rap career.
I mean, really, realistically, anything that you see today with any person, any recording artist, the crazy girl, I had that the same experience. I experienced all of that. This whatever level, clothes tearing it off, having to hide, disguises, the whole 9 yards. I experienced all of that.
Yeah, man, running out the back of the building is getting too crazy.
All of that.
Man, that's so wild.
Decoys, running out of the venue, me going another way, getting in the car, trying to turn the cars over, all of that. I experienced all of that.
So, we're going to get to the tour you're on right now, but tell me about your first tour.
My first tour was Parliament Funkadelic. We went out with we opened up for Funkadelic.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Got some people to know. Woo. Yeah, so
we're here.
We opened up for Funkadelic. The record came out in August of '79. That's when the record came out.
Okay.
By October, we were touring with Funkadelic, and that was a major tour. And it was that first eye-opening experience to what being a musician was all about. A recording artist, a famous recording artist. You know, we toured all over. We did venues too. That was big venues. We did stadiums with them. So it was a big. It was a milestone.
Wow, that's amazing. So who were some of your best friends back then from the rap game in the industry, like, that y'all used to hang with?
We were self-contained, because you have to understand something too. Because of the fact that we created the music scene in New Jersey, the New York situation and New Jersey were like two different worlds at the time.
Okay.
So there was a little bit of hostility, because everybody in New York felt like they should have been the ones that brought it to the world.
Yeah.
We're the ones that brought it to the world, but don't make no mistake. You know, Herc and, you know, Melly Mel and, you know, the Cold Crush and all of those are the cats that they are truly the people that developed the form. You know, it came over the bridge. You know, I had family in New York, and I was born in New York and Brooklyn and the whole 9 yards, but I was living in northern New Jersey. And the only reason why I heard about it is because somebody that was older than me, because at that time I wasn't allowed to go hang out in New York. I heard about it, and the thing I heard was, this is what they're doing in New York. So at the time, we weren't tight with people. It wasn't that kind of party.
Okay.
Now it's totally different. I mean, like
everybody's friends.
Oh, well, the tour I just got off of, we were just on the tour with Melly Mel and Scorpio. We did a Sugar Hill reunion.
Okay.
The Sugar Hill Gang and the Furious Five, Master Melly Mel and Furious Five tour. We're the best of friends. I mean, you know, we're like brothers.
And at some point, there was a controversy over the name.
There was a definite controversy, yes.
Things breaking up, like the label wanted certain things to happen.
Yes.
And can you take us through that real quick?
Yes. Well, I stepped away from the music scene. From 1985 to 2005, I was in the private sector. I built and created direct door-to-door sales companies, and I owned and operated 100 to 200 man sales organizations all over the United States.
Wow.
I stayed in contact with Wonder Mike, who is my best friend. He's my brother from another mother. That's what we call each other. And we always had an agreement that if he ever stepped away from the Sugar Hill label situation, that we would do a project together. 2005 is when it happened. I didn't think it was going to take that long, but it did. And initially, the Sugar Hill family did not want us to put our version of Sugar Hill Gang together. So we actually, from that point on, through our lawyers and their lawyers, cease and desist orders, court. We were in and out of court, you know, and there were issues with the trademarks for our personal names. There were issues with the group name, and we didn't at the time have the trademark. We didn't have the trademark for Sugar Hill Gang, so we were no longer able to use it in about 2010.
Yeah.
So from like 2010 till almost till up to this year, actually, we were going out as Rapper's Delight, featuring Wonder Mike and Master G.
Okay.
But the same thing that the Sugar Hill family was attempted to do, we were doing, because we were doing a lot of television, and we had gone overseas and created this. We did a song with a guy named Bob Sinclair, and you know, we were creating music and touring, and the Sugar Hill situation, they were working to do the same thing, but we spread too thin. Unfortunately, you know, Hank died, and then the heir to the estate, Joey Robinson Jr., he passed away. His other brother, Leland Robinson, took over the family estate, and we both, just after all of these years, felt that we were stronger together than we were apart. So we called a truce. And now we're better than ever. We're back performing in Sugar Hill Gang, featuring Wonder Mike and Master G, and working on movie projects, and this is just so many. There's a plethora of things that we have going on because we're stronger together than we are apart.
Yeah, that's great, man. That everything worked out.
Yeah, it's a blessing.
The rap game can be so shady, man.
Totally.
It's almost like you don't got a papers and a lawyer. It's like it's not going to work out for you.
Yes.
It seems.
Literally.
So
literally.
You got a lot of all you artists listening right now. You got to really watch yourselves.
Yes.
When it comes to that, but
we're fortunate that our music has been strong enough to give us the time to be able to make the adjustments. Because had we not had this legacy of music, we might have been one of those stories that, got jerked in the beginning and it never worked out,
Yeah.
But because we, Rappers Delight, Eighth Wonder, Apache, all these songs are so powerful, it just gave us the platform to be able to fight.
Yeah, that's absolutely wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
The tour. Talk about the tour right now.
Yeah, we're on a pretty much extended tour. As I said, through all of May and up to about June 15th, we were in Holland, Scotland, Ireland, and England. We're getting ready to go out with Ice-T on the Art of Rap tour. That starts July 9th. We're going to be doing that domestically. And then in August, we're going back overseas, and we're going to be in Sweden, Switzerland, Spain, and then later on in the year, we're going to be in Australia.
So what's the coolest experience overseas, coolest country?
Switzerland.
Switzerland?
Yeah.
Why Switzerland, though?
Switzerland is an amazing country. First of all, they're neutral. They were never in any wars. And Switzerland's, man, is where all the money is dealt with, And then
all them offshore, all them banks, right?
Yes, man. And then I'm a watch fanatic. So Switzerland is it's like the home of watches. I've gotten some very cool watches out of Switzerland.
Okay, cool. So what kind of rappers do you like from this era? Like
God, Kendrick Lamar, Common, I never say it's right.
Talib Kweli.
Oh my God, amazing. Wiz Khalifa. I love Kanye. I think Kanye is a genius. I think he's a little crazy in his personal life.
Yeah.
But musically, the stuff that he's done.
So many rappers.
Oh my God.
I
mean, and I think sometimes people really don't give him the credit that he deserves. Yeah. Because he was creating songs before he even became, Kanye West. All the stuff that he did with Jay-Z and all those other and the people. I mean, phenomenal cat, man.
He's very artistic.
Very talented, man. Got a great ear. He's got
creative.
A vision.
Yeah.
He's able to, I'm gonna tell you somebody else who's very creative. Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Very creative dude, man.
Yeah.
To be able to have that success with that album and then switch totally and do a whole rock thing takes a lot of balls, man.
It does.
And everybody can't do that.
Very much so.
But that's the sign of a real artist. See, an artist is going to always work to push the envelope, to think outside the box, because that's what an artist is all about. Being an artist is an organic thing.
Yeah.
I never want to stay in one place, ever.
Yeah.
I'm always working to do. That's why I went into business for myself. It's like it wasn't happening, musically at that time, so I looked for an opportunity. Fortunately, the opportunity presented itself for me to go into business. Okay, now the opportunity gave it back to me again to go back into music, but from different dimensions. We play live instruments on stage when we do concerts. I recorded a house party song with a guy with a French DJ. I mean, that's what being an artist is about. For me, it's about being an artist. I don't care about being a celebrity. I don't care whether people know me on the street. I don't care if people want to take my picture. It doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, I'm not even a fan of it. I don't deny people from these things.
Yeah.
But for me, it's about the work.
What do you feel about the whole culture and just the whole fame, Hollywood culture now, social media, all that?
It just goes with the territory, man.
Yeah.
It's what it is. It is what it is, man. I mean,
you're not against Kim Kardashian's reality show or Love and Hip Hop and all that?
No, man. I don't listen. I don't watch it. It's not my thing. But again, it's the times that we're in. When I was coming up, it was you took a picture, you did a tour, you got on Soul Train, you did American Bandstand. I mean, American Bandstand, Soul Train, and Solid Gold was the equivalent of what all the social media is now. Yeah. When you went to see your artist, when I did Soul Train, I figured I had made it because everybody tuned in to Soul Train on Saturday to see their favorite artist. Just like people go on their computers and YouTube whoever to see it. It's the same thing.
All right.
Everything's relative, man, in its own space. Life works that way.
So if you could give some advice to an artist that's starting their career today, what would you tell them?
Be original.
Okay.
Don't follow the trends. do you, man. Do what you feel. And don't try to accommodate. I want to write a song that everybody's going to like. No, write a song that you like and hope that people dig it or they get it. Because, see, people relate to what they understand from me when I perform. When I get on the stage, I'm performing for that person who hopefully will understand why I'm still doing it after all these years.
And when you guys made Rappers Delight, did you see it being this big? Like, it's huge.
I had no clue. No. I thought it was going to be a northern New Jersey, New York metropolitan area thing. I really did. I thought it was going to be Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, maybe the South. That's what I thought. I had no idea that. We're going on 38 years now. I had no idea that at this point in my life, I would even be doing things like this. I didn't have the concept of this.
So did you, even when you were like, say, growing up, when did you realize? Was it as a child? Or I heard some people say, I knew I was always going to be famous.
No.
I heard some people say, no, a certain moment told me. What happened in your case?
I wasn't working to be famous. Again, it's never been about the fame. It's never been to fame. I was going to be what you're doing right now, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a disc jockey. In New York, you're probably familiar with a guy named Frankie Crocker.
Yeah.
Frankie Crocker was a family friend of ours.
Yeah.
My father was a corporate pilot, and he taught Frankie Crocker how to fly. So Frankie would come to our house in Teaneck, New Jersey, and I thought Frankie Crocker was the end-all, the be-all. You know what I mean? He drove a Rolls Royce, he wore fly clothes, he was on the radio, and I wanted to be the next Frankie Crocker.
Okay.
And in those days, the DJ did not get the visual situation. You know, like by now, we're filming the interview. It wasn't the DJ was on the radio, so you didn't even see him.
Yeah.
So I wasn't thinking about being famous. I had no desire whatsoever. Now, as a young kid, fame was very exciting to me. It was very intoxicating. Yeah. But once I got into understanding what fame was really about and the experience of it, I started understanding that wasn't what it's about. Okay. And I evolved into the work. Always about the work, but I evolved into the work. As I said, I stepped away. I stepped away because it wasn't what I wanted it to be. It had to be on my terms. Everything I do when it comes to business or work or perform, it's got to be on my terms, man. And if it ain't on my terms, I'm strong enough to be able to say, I'm fine, I'm cool.
Well, all right, man. Well, it's been awesome talking.
Thank
you. I wish we could bring you back every week. So much wisdom for the listeners.
Thank you. Appreciate
any last things, any we want to share, any words of wisdom, just in general, to people interested in music before we let you go?
Yeah, man. Again, always understand life's 10% what happens to you, 90% how you deal with it. And it's going to be one way or the other. You just got to figure out how it's going to be and then deal with it. Yeah. And deal with the hand that you dealt. Yeah. Don't worry about what the next guy's doing. Don't trip about what's going on, because you can't control what's going on. You can control what you got going on.
Yeah.
And live your life, man.
Absolutely.
Don't let life live you. Live your life.
Hey, that's a great way to end it, man.
All right, brother.
Thanks so much for coming through. Let me throw on some Sugar Hill Gang, of course.
Wow.
I got to do that.
Yeah. May I please get a picture?
Sure.
We definitely going to get some pictures, man. Don't worry about that.
This is you have no idea.
I was saving this
There's a difference between rappers and lyricists and recording artists. You feel me?
Very true.
I'm a lyricist. So
I feel you. Yes.
I understand you.
Yes. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I grew up listening to Rakim.
There you go. Well, talk about somebody who is an artist.
Yeah.
Wow.
We just had Master G in the studio. And here's Rapper Delight, man. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more. This is the Hip Hop Corner.